Okay, so first I'm going to talk about how frequently you need to water your string garden. Each plant, when you purchase them, comes with a little care guide. Obviously all plants need water, but each species and variety of plant have different needs and requirements. So in that care guide, that will tell you where they need to be suspended, so positioning, and also their specific needs for watering. It's really important to allow your plants to dry out. This doesn't mean that they're super dry, but just dry. You'll feel the moss is dry to touch. You'll notice that the colour of the moss is a lot lighter because there's no water, and you'll also feel that the whole ball feels lighter. These are good indicators that your plant will need to be watered. Generally speaking, most plants require a little less watering in winter and a little more frequently watering throughout the warmer months, so in those growing periods of summer and spring. Another thing to be aware of is if your plant has been exposed to rain, that exterior of the moss may feel quite moist, but that water isn't necessarily penetrating through that into the potting mix and to the roots, so that plant will still need to be submerged in water to penetrate, to give that a good water. Okay, so there's 4 basic steps for watering your string garden. The first would be to fill your bucket. Bucket doesn't have to be a huge bucket, it just needs to be big enough that the ball of at the base can be completely submerged with a centimetre over, so a smaller bucket is fine, and your water level obviously just needs to work on that same principle. So I fill my bucket up to here. Now you can untie your string garden, and that just comes down, and you just submerge that plant about a centimetre under. Now you can see the bubbles here. These bubbles are coming out from the roots, which basically means when those bubbles stop, the water has completely penetrated that root ball, and that's ready to take out. So we'll just wait. That generally takes about 30 seconds. These plants weren't watered too long ago, so that didn't last very long. That was probably only about 15 seconds. Depending on how big the ball is and how long it's been since it's been watered, those bubbles may go for a little bit longer. So it's just important to watch for those bubbles. Once they've stopped, which they have, that can just be pulled out. Now what we found to be the most effective and efficient way is just to rehang them above that bucket, so you don't necessarily have to be holding it. Now that will just drip there. Generally it's about a minute to 2 minutes, and then this sphagnum moss acts as a really beautiful sponge and just holds all that moisture in there, which then allows you to, after that stop dripping, after that 1 to 2 minutes, allows you to put it wherever you would like without that dripping to continue. So if you want to bring them inside, that's fine. If you want to bring them onto your patio and you don't like drips around, that's perfectly fine too. So we just wait for that to stop, and then that's just ready to rehang wherever it's happiest. In our range we also carry some table desktop designs. These ones basically either come with a desktop stand or come in a little teacup. They're watered on the same principle of submerging and having that centimetre above the ball. After you've watered, so dunking him and letting those bubbles go, taking him back out, and just having that hang maybe over your sink of a kitchenette or something like that for a few minutes, and then popping it back to where it is fine. These little ones in the teacups, same theory, the ball needs to be submerged. I let those just drain on the sink or in the strainer, and then just pop them straight back into here, and they're ready to go. They've got a nice hard base there to protect your table, so you don't really have to wait that long. We use a range called Healthy Earth for feeding. All of your plants in the care guide will have frequencies and advice on how often. So this is the liquid fertiliser. Each plant, when they're assembled, has a slow release fertiliser in there, which feeds for up to 3 months. So this one's more of a take home for your care and maintenance. You need to have a liquid fertiliser, obviously, because the only way that you can penetrate those roots is via watering with submersion. So putting that a good liquid fertiliser into that water and submerging, that's how you're going to penetrate to feed your plant. The reason we recommend this one is it's a natural fertiliser, and it's NPK balanced fertiliser. So basically that's covering anything from cell development through to foliar growth, through to flowering and fruiting, which is vital for a good healthy plant growth.